Hi, welcome. Oh, good evening, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love. Your name is CJ Kadanoef? Kando? How do you say? CJ. CJ, nice to see you. This candle is lavender and lemonade. It smells delicious. So good. Whenever you guys light your candle, you just are supposed to put the candle lid on top and it diffuses the flame. So the smell ends up getting around this base, so you can smell it. It smells so good. Well, tonight we are doing a little bit of like a self-care evening. I really want to be able to just nourish my face tonight, and I would love to know if you guys have a nighttime routine. It looks like a lot of you guys have a nighttime routine. I see one. Yes. Okay. So outside of this, everybody that I know typically has a nighttime routine. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I'm more so like I do something different for my routine, but I always do something that involves caring for myself in the evening, because I am in the mental health field, so it's very important. Hey, I'm so sorry, you guys. It just completely cut out. That was a first. But, however, having a solid nighttime routine is very important, just across the board. But I emphasize it as mental health because being a practitioner of mental health and coming into a space, the space that's in our mind can get cluttered and it can feel overwhelming, and it can be very effective on your mood, on your energy, and then in addition, it can affect the people around you. It can affect the energy. Because if you're a very vast, outgoing person and your energy is, outgoing, or you may even be an introvert and you're channeling all this stuff internally, that still creates a ripple effect within your aura space. So, just a gentle reminder to know that self-care in the evenings, regardless of the time, regardless of all of the things that, life throws our way, taking a moment to take care of yourself is very important. So, let's get into it, y'all. I have, oh yeah, this one's gonna be good. We're gonna do a shea butter mask. Alright. And this face scrub here. In the comments below, y'all, I just want to understand y'all's routine, y'all's self-care routine. It looks different for everybody. So leave in the comments down below what self-care you do each night. Do you go for a walk? Do you meditate? Do you take a nice soothing bath? What do you do for relaxation time to decompress from your day? But thank you I know my voice is so soft and I've gotten that my whole life, but I try to use it for the greater good and all the beautiful things that life has to offer when it comes to positivity. So it's time, yeah. So I almost forgot the oil for my face. So I have mostly eye makeup on right now, and then a little bit of lip stuff right now. Cool. That's good. That's cool. Yeah. That's a great way to, decompress sometimes if that's what you go. I personally like to do a little bit of this and what else? And meditation. That's a big one for me. What else do you guys got for self-care? Thank you, Anita Johnson. Appreciate you and the love. We're talking about different routines for self-care. How do you take care of yourself each and every day? Okay, you guys, let's get into this. I'm gonna go grab an oil that I like to use to like get into the pores, but it doesn't clog the pores. Can you guys take a wild guess what I might use for my face? I'll be right back. All right, you guys, sorry, it took me a little bit longer than expected. So I use a couple of things. So one of them is already in here. I use this deep facial cleanser. So it's a wonderful pore cleanser, wonderful. So I use a little bit of this and I pour it inside coconut oil and avocado oil. I don't know if you guys know this, but a fun fact about avocado is that it is a beautiful fatty acid that can be eaten, of course, but it can also be put on the skin and your hair. It can be put everywhere. I have not been a great example for that. However, I definitely know the effects of coconut oil and avocado oil, and it is vastly different when it comes to the chemistry and the makeup of those oils. So this is my beautiful little mix. It's going to be kind of like a muddy brown, but hey, we got it going. So let me put my hair, take my bands out of the equation here. All right. So, looks a little. All right, y'all. Okay. So we've got our nice, beautiful face out. If y'all want to do this with me, totally. Come on, y'all. If y'all have any type of nighttime routine that you feel like this is the time to do it, join me. Join me. So, y'all, tonight is a beautiful night. How is everybody doing? Ooh. All right, I'm gonna add this to my face. Where are you guys from? Can you guys comment in the chat where y'all are from? Love to know. I'm from California, and I was born and raised in California, and from Huntington Beach, California specifically. Beautiful area, very peaceful. Almost feels like it's perfect in that space, y'all. If you guys have ever been to California before, y'all know what I'm talking about. There are certain areas that feel a little bit more tense than others, for sure. But I'm very grateful for that experience. I grew up there, and I wouldn't say that I was like spoiled, because I wasn't. It was more so like gratitude when it came to all of the connections that were made there, that they're like lifelong connections. But oh, that feels great, y'all. Look at this. It's a nice little cleanse. All right, I'm gonna let that sit just for a few minutes. But yeah, born and raised there. I ended up moving to a different state, Oklahoma. It was like, how many years ago? When I was just coming into my adulthood. So I'm currently here in Oklahoma. I've been here not too long, but I've also traveled quite a bit too. So I'm currently making Oklahoma a space where I can call home, right? Where is the space that you can call home? You know, is that your home state? Or is that a place that you've moved to and you've just grown beautifully into that space? Or is it wherever your heart is, that's where your home is? So I really love, look at this, you guys. Wow. I think it's time. Can you guys see that? It's like doing a nice little gentle exfoliant too. It's just so beautiful. Y'all, you guys have to try this stuff. It's so great. I think you can just buy it like straight on Amazon. I am not a, what are they called them? I don't do, sorry, it's a little loud. I don't do affiliate marketing, so, but it's really, really great. I'm not sponsored by them, but I really do enjoy this little mask. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and wash it off. Okay, so appreciate you guys. All right, so I'm relatively like new, relearning YouTube all over again, you guys. making new connections on YouTube. And I really want to utilize this platform and build a beautiful community that is full of like-minded individuals, and to just watch each other's growth online and just be a beautiful space where you guys can join me, you know, whether that's every day, every other day, once a week. I have not really developed. I need to change my banner on my page, on this page. I was planning on posting at least once a week, and there has been so many missions of life that has come my way, and I want to be able to make that commitment to y'all, you know, coming on here, whether that's during this time or even, you know, some form of quiet time where I can communicate with you guys without much distraction. So I think the last time I was live on here, this is the scrub. I feel like it's not super abrasive to the skin, but it definitely is getting the exfoliant done. All right, somebody voted that they have no nighttime routine, and a lot of you guys have voted yes to a nighttime routine. So if you don't have a nighttime routine, that's pretty cool, because you could just go to bed and just be like, all right, I'm done with the day, and you just go to sleep, you know, like that's dope. Or even being in a sense of like, you know, my nighttime routine is not having one, because you don't need one to, you know, wind down, which is awesome. For me, on the opposite hand, I enjoy some type of consistent routine because it helps me balance out my day better at the end of the day. If I don't do a nighttime routine, you guys, I'm gonna be so honest with you. So if I don't find that quiet time, right? That space where it's like my space, the quiet, the space that I can create, and not, you know, all these external things, demands that life can present you beautifully. And if I don't do it, you guys, I get anxiety. Oh my gosh, I said it. I get anxiety. Why? Everybody gets anxiety. But my anxiety looks maybe different than y'all's anxiety. So if I walk straight into the house, thanks y'all for sharing y'all's chat. Love it. All right. If I don't unwind at least 30 minutes, I need 30 minutes of my quiet time. If I don't do that, my anxiety looks like cleaning, organizing, congested energy. So for some of y'all, you're like, oh my gosh, Cheyenne, no, run. I'm just playing. But literally, that can be an energy ball that just is like unable to properly communicate or properly like express. That's what that looks like. So sometimes people even are like, hey Sharon, you good? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm good. Do you need some space? You know what? Yeah, I think I do need some space. Oh, okay. Well, and then they walk away. And they walk away. Or some people are like, you know, opening up. Hey, what's going on? Hey, you seem off. Hey, this. Yeah, I feel like I am a little bit. Well, okay. I'm like, well, I feel this way because I'm cleaning up and I just feel like I'm cleaning up a lot and I just, just a little tired, So it's like that opening up, that communication could come way naturally coming from me, right? Saying, instead of just keeping it to myself, when I get anxiety, it's like a ball of anxiety that doesn't properly communicate. So I have to take that time at the end of each day because y'all, I wake up at 5, maybe 6 each day, and I don't go to bed back to bed until like 10 o'clock. So it is definitely a long day each day, and there's so much kingdom building, even though the invisible kingdom is already created. But the part where I want to ensure that I'm living exactly in my purpose each day, even if that 30 minutes, even to an hour of time to myself, so I can reset, so I can communicate properly, so I can be able to really, really be a good human being on this planet, to continue to spread consciousness instead of spreading, people call it error, spreading error in the system. So I don't want to do that. I need to be very consciously aware of what I speak into this space. So there's that. Hopefully y'all can relate. All right, I'm gonna wash this off. Now I want to watch me wash my face. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes we do need to disconnect, for sure. And, have any of y'all been taught growing up to, like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all? I have been taught that growing up, and it's not that I have something mean to say. No, it's not the case. Sometimes by me saying this to the people around me, like, hey, I think I need a little bit of space right now because I'm just trying to decompress, or I'm trying to it's hard for me to, like, communicate that completely. Yes, I love my world. But I also love the world that other people create as well. Because human life, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to cut this open. I guess we're gonna use these Dr. Scissors here. Got it. So, but it's also very important, yes, to have your quality time, to disconnect, absolutely. And it's also very important to properly communicate that to those around you, because it can come off like rude or the other people around you, or who you need to get away from, or the other people around you, or who you're overwhelmed with. And that may not always be the case, right? So, you guys, I don't think I'll be able to talk with this on. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is great content, y'all. I can't. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Oh, it's on my lips. Okay. I think I got it, you guys. Okay. I'm not gonna leave this on very long. Oh my goodness. What is this? Feels like it's harder on camera, you guys. So let me look in this mirror. Okay. Maybe. Okay. That does a good work, gonna get those of you, please don't shame me for not being able to put this on ideally perfectly, right? I see some of y'all out there. Y'all be putting this on like it's another beautiful layer of your skin, like it doesn't even really exist. But this girl, this young lady right here is not the case of that type of accuracy when it comes to masks. So there we go. We're getting somewhere. Okay. Please forgive me if this is not your cup of tea, but hey, I'm gonna drop some more beautiful self-care routines that you can do. So, self-care things. Ooh, let's put this on the neck. You can do art. You can draw. It's a form of self-care. You can take a shower. I saw someone said taking a shower. You could take a bath. You could take a walk. You can even cook yourself a beautiful dinner. Or relax and watch your favorite movie. You know, there's so many self-care things that involve caring for yourself and not always having your energy be given to everybody around you, right? So that's very important. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna be complete with this mask. Whew, felt great. Okay, yeah, definitely seeping into those pores there. Let's see what you said here. All right, I learned one thing from someone. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So enjoy giving time to yourself, talk to yourself. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right. And yeah, just connecting. The better relationship that you have with yourself, the better relationship you have with everybody else. And it's not that you're hiding. If you're an introvert and you don't always feel like communicating, that could have been taught, you know, at a very young age, especially for myself. I'm going to give myself as an example. Always speaking negatively in a situation, or, you know, putting weight or something like that in a conversation, like it can be constructive, right? It can be encouraging in the right direction of correction. But just pouring negativity into a space just because you feel overwhelmed has never been something that is, it's never something that has been a part of my character. So if that is the case, it's always been whatever example it may be. It could be someone in your life, if that is the case. That means you just have to set proper boundaries around yourself. You know, if someone's coming into your space and it's just like oozing negativity, you can always try to talk to that person. You know, you can always try to communicate like, hey, like, I feel like you're not reading me right. You know, that's not my intentions, whatever it may be. Or, you know, you can just let that person air out and you can just say, okay, and just move along with life. But just knowing that it's not something you have to endure. You can totally leave. You don't have to stay and endure negativity. And vice versa. Let's say you might not be having the best day. We can't take that personal, right? So regardless, if we need our quality time, our quality space, it is very important to make that the space for you to recharge and for you to regain your true self. How am I? Thank you so much for asking. Y'all, if I'm going to be honest, because I love being honest, it is so good to speak the truth, right? Okay, so to be honest, you guys, I'm doing okay. Tonight has been a beautiful night, you know, of hard work and dedication and internal motivation, you know, all self-driven. It's been a beautiful, eventful, meaningful day today. And it is just a lovely time of the season. Have you guys heard about this season? Or these next few days of the full moon? All right, you guys. So this is going to be the next little mask. This is an overnight mask. Beautiful. All right, let's see. But yeah, have you guys heard of the moon? What the situation is with the moon right now? It's going to be my last mask, y'all. And then we'll chat for a little bit and we will wrap it up. But yeah, apparently this moon is supposed to be in harmony with all 7 sisters. All 7 sisters. So I think that's all like the galaxies, or all of the planets, I mean. Galaxies. All the planets, supposed to be in harmony with all the planets. So that could look different for everybody. That can look very peaceful, very tranquil, or it can look like chaos and it's like, what is going on in the world? Right? So if any of y'all are experiencing that, you know, please comment whatever your experience is, if it feels different or if it feels the same. Does it feel more organized? Does it feel more chaos? What does it feel like for y'all? All right. Because I think your best friend is your big enemy. He or she knows everything about you, weaknesses, so share your stuff to you. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you know, I have heard stories like that for sure. But, you know, at the end of the day, everybody is a reflection of yourself, right? So if you are able to articulate, you know, the proper words of privacy, right? So like you said, hey, my best friend or a best friend can share this, you know, information. That does definitely happen sometimes, and that trust can be broken, and that is very heartfelt for sure. but always learning from that experience is the goal. Not only so we don't, feel that heartbreak, but so we can properly communicate our boundaries, even if we expected them to keep the sacred words, whatever we spoke to them, to themselves. But yeah, just learning proper communication is beautiful all around, with ourselves, with those around you. It's always a beautiful thing. So, all right, y'all. Definitely want to continue to take care of this beautiful skin. I wanted to work out tonight, y'all. I will do that another night because this was a little bit more important for today. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by and participating in my live today. It's such a beautiful thing that we can come here together, you and me, when it's on camera right now. You guys, you and I. It's a beautiful thing that we get to share this sacred space. So let's leave this chat on a positive note. Why? Because we are a positive people. All right. Positive vibes. Positive. Thank you. A World 8580. Beautiful. All right. But first and foremost, if y'all have not subscribed to my channel, you guys, this is the time. You guys will be able to watch me grow on this page. I think it's just so beautiful to connect with somebody on social media, and anytime they go live, you're just like, oh my gosh, you go there. I have a couple people that I always love to watch go live. They used to go live so frequently, and then they ended up, slowing down quite a bit and doing something different, but they were still on social media. So I would love to connect with you guys here or even off social media, whatever that looks like. But just know that it was a pleasure, a great pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for, being present with me today. And treat yourself well. Treat yourself with love and with care and with ease and with gentleness. Not everything has to be perfect. Everything already is perfect as it is. So there's no need to be in a state of consistent control over the environment. So I know that when I get anxiety and I get a sense of, needing of control over my environment, because there may be times where I feel out of control. So I want to control my space or my environment. I'm so sure that, I'm not the only one here, but it's a beautiful thing to acknowledge where I may have a space to work on or work in. So quality time is very important, very, very important. And self-care is very important, because if we're not paying a proper attention to those weak points, there's no way for us to grow in the right direction. So yeah, that's me. However, I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me in my nighttime routine / self-care evening. And I thank you so much for participating in the little poll here. Very, very grateful. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you. Peace.